I just wanted to take a quick video of my newly built Wayne Keith style gasifier on the 94 Ford F-150. It took me over a year, probably a year and 3 months to build this, although I did not work all the time on it. Sometimes I take a month off because of life. But in any event, really like it. It's, as far as Wayne Keith gasifiers, this is fairly standard. It's not, this is not particularly an artistic or super well built one. Really, I didn't have the metal fabrication skills until I began this. I sort of gained them as I went along. So if my wife would ever let me do another one, it would be probably a lot better and a lot quicker. But I'll just show you a little bit more, and then maybe we can take a quick drive. Here's the inside. I built a little console. Nothing special. I did it with 2x4 and a hammer. Kind of hammered it out. There's my wood gas valves, vacuum gauges, 3 of your blower switches and a fuel pump switch, AFR gauge, and my 3 temperature gauges here, hopper, crossover, and rails. Take you around under the hood a little bit. Actually, I did do a maiden voyage the other day, last week, and I put in about 8 miles, 7 miles. The last I did on gasoline. It was getting dark, and I only had a little bit of wood in the hopper, and I really didn't know what I was doing, so I quit at 7 miles, but I was so happy. 2 days later, I took a 85-mile trip, 65 of which was probably on wood gas. Had some stalls and some errors, but I learned a lot. Anyway, here's my intake. I've got one single wood gas line. It's little, not conventional. Wayne likes the 2-inch ones, which I tried, but there is a fair amount of room in this F-150 on this side. Not as much as on the 302s though. Probably a little bit more than on the big block 460. But what I did is I ran the 2-inch ones, just like Wayne said, all the way down from the filter, and then previous to the filter, and then down to right about at the wheel well, and then they go into a Y, sort of a Siamese really, where 2 into 1, and then into that 3-inch Y, and it's vertical, so the 3 inches actually has more area than 2 inches. Hopefully it won't get clogged. It seemed to work okay. There's the valve. It's your standard air filter I left in place. These are pop-off valves, or pop-off silicone rubber actually, and they don't fit too tight, which is good. Air valve underneath on this side, and the wood gas valve, and then your standard 2 that go into your twin throttle body here. I did read online through some conversations there that were previous builders. I think one was Marvin Willoughby and Walter Sprague, Steve Unruh, and someone else. Sorry if I forgot your name, but their discussion was helpful on these. Apparently, these, if you're building on a Ford, each of these lines here, only the way this plenum is over here, this throttle body only feeds 4 cylinders, and this one 4 cylinders. So if you were to make this one of these wood gas and the other air, which seems like a very smart idea, it actually wouldn't be too smart, because then you would be, as I understand it, putting wood gas into only 4 cylinders and air into the other 4 cylinders. So some of this stuff, however, I found after it was too late. They had some ammo cans and different things here that people were doing, but I didn't find those till a little bit too late. I already had this kind of configuration in mind, which is similar. But it's, you know, it's, like I said, I might do it differently next time, but it works. That second day I took or a couple days later, I took a 85-mile trip. I'm not sure if I already said that. And 5 miles of which was on wood gas. It went pretty well. I stalled it several times. I learned a lot. The distributor here is easier indeed than doing a Dakota. However, it's not still totally easy. There's still a lot to work around with the fuel rail, injector rails and stuff like that. Mostly I had the problem with is getting it rotated to 45 degrees, which I still haven't. At most, mine will only rotate, I'm thinking 30 degrees because of this, these electronics here just are too short. I can't get the full rotation out of it because it stops because of the short wires. Same a little bit with the spark plug wires. So I can't really rotate at 45 degrees. But the 30 degrees or 25, whatever I have, does seem to help. I'm going to work on that later. The other thing that is different is I did try to do, like Wayne said, with the preheating. However, I really had trouble underneath there too, just not a lot of room. So I came up with this idea of, I call it a proximity heater, just because it runs the air under, close to some hot structures. On the other side, over here is my blowers, the valve, and then it comes into this exhaust. See if I can reach it over here. I don't think I can get it from this side, but it reaches into this flexible exhaust pipe here, and it goes up near the catalytic converter all the way up there, and then around it sort of, and then back down through this little sheet metal wrap that I have around the muffler. And so it's sort of held on up there with some bolts. Comes in below here. I've welded these little ends to the sheet metal so it kind of cradles the muffler. Comes in below it and then out the other side. There's a sheet metal welded to the other side, and then around the exhaust pipe and then up through the bed into the intake of the gasifier. That's a proximity heater. It probably doesn't work as well. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to change it later because I have a thick fire tube, and I think I made it maybe a little tar on that second voyage because I didn't heat it up as long. And so in any event, I'm going to take you for a ride, intermittently filming. I don't want to bore you with every mile, but and my stalling and other things, but it does work. I was able to get up the first day only to about 45 miles an hour, maybe 47. The second day on the 65 miles out of the 85 miles, I got up to about 60. So, and I have the 6-inch restriction down here. Okay. Thank you.